walking the quads and lingering outside classrooms of the campus near Not In My House, you can hear scholars debate the ideas that will change the world. How beautiful is that? That is a wonderful way to start things off. Hello and welcome back. The Scottish Empire is making some history. So, we are currently in a golden age, and we are making progress towards what will hopefully be a second golden age. And we just finished building a campus in the city of Nim, and I'm curious as to what I should build next. There's a lot of different things that we can do, the library being one of the smarter options, I want to say, because the library will generate even more science per turn, and this city is going to be our science juggernaut because of Pingala. He's currently giving us plus 20% science, and the more science we generate, the more beneficial he's going to be. So I'm thinking maybe I should just barrel down and go for that library, because there aren't really any other improvements that I need to make outside of maybe upgrading this fish tile, but that's not a huge priority at the moment. The city's growing at a decent rate, 18 turns until we get to a population of 6. So it's not too crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna go for that library, and I'm gonna feel good about it. But big things are happening right now. Okay, look, we just finished our builder in our main city, and we're gonna send him over to the free city where things are gonna start getting crazy. We've got 3 different tiles to improve, and we're gonna improve all of them as quickly as possible because we need it desperately.
Bronze is the mirror of the form, wine of the mind.
Something interesting is happening. We just finished the research for bronze working, which allows us now to see the iron resource on the map. And there's iron directly to the north of Got Rice Bitch. Okay, I'm going to change the name of Got Rice Bitch because I don't like it. I couldn't come up with another name. It doesn't matter. We'll do it later. There's iron directly north of our city of Got Rice Bitch, and I would love to take advantage of it because swordsmen are a ridiculously powerful classical era unit, and they will secure a lot of victories for us. If we can get some nice swordsmen, some spearmen, some horsemen out early on, we could start taking over Macedon, because I don't think Macedon is doing all that well for himself. He may have denounced me, and he might have a big sprawling empire, but if we head over to the world rankings, his military strength is not higher than mine, which means he may have units that are a higher tech than mine. He also has walls on his capital city, but he doesn't have a big military force of like 50,000 soldiers. So if I get a big tech advantage over him, I could take him out and alleviate a huge amount of pressure from myself, or I could start liberating some city-states. And somebody in the comments the other day told me something interesting about wars of liberation, and that you cannot free a city-state with a war of liberation, but only with a protectorate war, which is a little disappointing, but I'm still going to free all the city-states on the world. That is my end goal for this game. But in any case, I'm going to get to work on a second builder while I have that policy up to increase production towards them. And I'm going to change up my research. I'll go for something that I already have a boost on. Maybe I can get a boost for masonry, but I don't see myself building a quarry anytime soon. So overall, I think the plan that I've got going right now is pretty good. I think we're making progress, and I'm feeling confident about how this game is going to go. But I'm also a little bit worried. It can never be perfect, can it? Ooh, okay. Maybe things are getting a little bit better than I realized. The city of Nim had a trade route going in between itself and Got Rice Bitch. And I seriously need to change that name. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this trader to Free City, and I'm going to start the trade route from there. Because in doing that, whichever city the trade route is originating from gets benefits from that trade route. So I'm going to try and boost up their food and boost up their production by sending out a trade route. I think it will prove to be beneficial. We've got a scout over here wandering around, just slowly but surely discovering all of the splendors that the world has to offer. But realistically, we're never going to encounter a lot of this stuff because it's so far away. Unless I go for some type of crazy domination victory, which I'm not planning on. Now. Okay, so our builder is ready to build. And he's going to build. Boom. Our improvement is done. Our trader is ready to start trading. They're going to make a route to not in my house. That's going to give us 2 food and 1 production. Boom. And as we see, it only takes us 8 turns now to get a new population, and it's speeding up the production of that granary as well. This is really nice. I remember I was in Starbucks a couple days ago, and ooh, forget that. Who cares about Starbucks? We just finished researching political philosophy, which means we unlocked our government, and this is quite possibly the most important thing for us right now.
Politics is the art of the possible, the attainable, the art of the next best.
Oligarchy plus 20% unit experience. Plus 4 combat strength. That's going to be nice for when Macedonia declares war on me again. This is like the more balanced one. That's the wild card slayer. I don't know what that green shit is. Alright. I'm going to go. And I've read through all the different benefits, trying to make a decision. And I'm going to go for an oligarchy as my first government. This is going to give all land melee, anti-cavalry, and naval melee units 4 combat strength. So this is going to help us if we decide to go to war, which we might, or if we need to defend ourselves. Also, units gain an additional 20% experience. And this comes with 4 different policies. I like it. I like it. So we'll leave these first 2 cards in. For our diplomatic card, I think we'll start with Diplomatic League. The first envoy you send to each city-state counts as 2. Because I haven't sent many envoys to city-states. I don't think I've sent any envoys to any of the city-states that I've discovered yet. So I imagine this will be beneficial. I'll check on that later. And for the final wildcard slot, I'm going to go with colonization. Because I am looking to produce another settler pretty soon. I don't know when, but when I do finally decide on it, I want to have that card ready. Matter of fact, I'm lying. I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm telling the truth. Am I lying or am I telling the truth? When am I going to build the settler? Damn it, I haven't thought this through well enough. 1 production in all cities. All right. 50% production towards settlers. Let's start expanding in this bitch. All right, Scotland adopts a government by oligarchy, leading a new political age for its citizens. Plus 2 to our era score. I like it. I said I like it. There we go. Okay, let's take a deep breath. Let's take a deep breath because a lot of stuff is happening right now, and it's honestly, it feels like a lot. It really does. It's actually stressing me out a little bit. The level of stuff that's going on right now. But anyway, but going back to the Starbucks story, I guess that'll calm me down a little bit. It sort of relates to what's going on now. I was sitting down, I was drinking my coffee, obviously, and there's this woman. She comes upstairs. I think she's got 3 coffees with. Oh my God! Hang on, I'm not gonna get this story out today, am I? I'm sorry. I apologize for this episode being a little bit haphazard. I apologize for seeming all over the place, maybe a little bit scatterbrained. This happens to me sometimes. But what's happening right now is quite possibly the most amazing thing that has ever happened. Ever. Macedonia is wandering an unguarded settler through what I deem to be my territory. So naturally, I'm gonna take that shit and use it to settle my 4th city. Despite the fact that everyone's going to denounce me after I do this, in the long run, totally worth it. Okay. Already slightly regretting the decision. We have 25 turns to deal with a potential siege. But we just captured a settler. And that's freaking amazing. Wow. Now, the real question is, where do we put the new city? I haven't thought about this that much. But I suppose it's going to be right... I'm going to put it right there. I may come to regret that placement in the future. Because the issue is with this placement is that it's it's 3 tiles away from the iron, which is the same distance as Got Rice Bitch. But also it's 3 tiles away from this luxury resource, so it's going to be a while before it starts to give me its full benefits. But if we can keep it and have it in place, then it'll be an end game thing. It'll be a big investment. So we got to select a Pantheon, and this is ridiculously important because if we don't choose the right one, then we could get fucked. I'm not gonna lie, I've always been pretty trash at selecting a Pantheon. But the one that I'm leaning towards right now is Fertile Rights, because I feel like my cities have been growing a little bit slower than I would like them to. And so having that extra 10%, especially on the new ones that come up, will help them get established quicker, get that population above. I feel like any population before 3 in a city feels really awful. So just getting that a little bit quicker would be nice. But there are so many juicy things to choose from. I mean, I love God of the Sea. That's probably my favorite in the game, period, because I just like anything having to do with fish. A part of me wishes I could have lived a life at sea. You know, maybe a deep sea crab fisherman on a rundown rickety boat. You remember that show on the Discovery Channel, right? Where the guy would... No, it wasn't Dirty Jobs. It was... What was that show? I don't remember what the show was. Hold on. Who cares? It doesn't matter. But we don't have that much fish. I care about what that show was called. Deadliest fucking catch. That's the name. That's the name of the show. Yeah, I always kind of wished I did something like that with my life, but instead I'm here making YouTube videos. So I like God of the Sea, but we don't really have that much to take advantage of as far as fish goes. We've got 1 set of crabs and 1 set of fish over here. I'm possibly going to settle my next city by the water over here, but even then I highly doubt that there's much in that fog of war. The next thing, again, Fertile Rights. I like the idea of that 10% extra growth that will persist throughout the whole game. So even as our population starts getting into the double digits, we'll still have an extra growth. But then the biggest issue with that is if you're not keeping up your housing with the population, then you have a problem. I hate this so much. It always takes me like 20 minutes to select a Pantheon. But Divine Spark is a pretty meta choice as far as I'm concerned. It gives an additional great person point from holy sites, campuses, and theater districts. I'm not sure if that applies to every single one across your empire, but I think it does. Which means we could spiral out of control and snowball pretty hard with Divine Spark, because capitalizing on great people gives you a tremendous advantage over the competition. So you know what? I'm gonna go for the Divine Spark, and hopefully that is the right decision. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling comfortable with it. I do love the idea of fertility rights a lot, but I'm gonna try and metagame this shit right now. So here we go. No going back. I didn't even save beforehand. What an idiot I am. Well, I guess we'll save now, right? Okay. So things just got really, really interesting. Macedon has unique units, so the defense of our borders might be a little bit tricky. But I've got archers, so at least there's that. So what I'm gonna have to do is try as best as possible to not let any of my slingers get killed or my archers, because they are going to be the main protection that I have. Yeah. We're going to keep this warrior fortified for now. As soon as the next turn starts, this archer can start pew-pewing at whatever units come into these two tiles. And yeah. Also, I did see a Macedonian builder off the... Ooh. Why does he have so many units? I don't like this. I may regret this war sooner rather than later. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We need walls. Oh boy, we need walls. And there we go. We're going to wrap things up there. But before we close out, I wound up doing about 45 extra minutes of playtime, but most of it was completely incoherent ramblings. But there was one very small salvageable part in there, and I'm going to let you watch that as the final parting gift. So, with all of that said, the name of the game is Civilization VI. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the bonus clip, and I'll see you next time. As you can see, I am sitting here at the screen that allows you to found a religion. And I did not think of a cool name for my religion before starting this recording. So, I've got to sit here and think of one. Because obviously I can't use one of the regular ones. Because that's no fun, right? I can't just be Taoist or Shinto or Eastern Orthodoxy. That's boring. I regret nothing. Yeah, I just named my city Thought Patrol. I can't even click back. Oh my god, there's no back button. Well, there you go. The religion of Thought Patrol has just been founded by Scotland. Robert the Bruce approves.